everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for each and every one of you for tuning in, for watching my videos, for subscribing. Honestly, I was so blown away by the response for my initial video, and I'm super grateful for each and every one of you taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I'm so grateful, and I just wanted you to know that. So thank you so much. I'm so positive that we are going to change so many lives and put a lot of smiles on people's faces, spread the positivity, and this will not be possible if not for you. So thank you once again. I just wanted to say that before I get started on today's topic. I sincerely appreciate you, so stick with me, and I hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already done that. Also, click that little notification bell just so that you can be alerted whenever I post a new video. I would really appreciate it if you guys can also leave your comments below and let me know what you think, or if you have any questions or follow-up, please feel free to contact me by leaving a comment below. My email address is contact@viewsbybeck.com. Once again, it's contact@viewsbybeck.com. That is where you can send me whatever question or situation that you may have that you need me to speak on. Another way you can contact me is by all social media platforms. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They all have the same username, which is viewsbybeck1. Once again, it's viewsbybeck1. You can find me here on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram. My other personal page is Rebecca Da Silva on Facebook. So if you haven't already done so, please follow me on those platforms as well. I would love to get to know each and every one of you and chat with you all. So with that being said, I would like to get right into what this video is all about. So today's topic is basically what's holding you back. Now I have a question for you. What are you afraid of? What is it that you wish that you can pursue, but you are so afraid to fail? Do you often think of what your life would have been by now had you actually had the courage to pursue your passion? Have you often sat and got angry with yourself? This is a very important question, and I want you to think. Have you ever or often sat and got angry with yourself simply because you never gave yourself a chance to be great due to self-doubt? Do you often see others doing exactly what you love or what you're pursuing or are passionate about, but they're pursuing those things, but you haven't done so? How does that make you feel? Do you often get upset or angry at yourself because they had the braveness or the courage to pursue those things? Do you envision what your life would be like if you actually decided to pursue your goals? Now, one last question. What exactly is stopping you? I want you guys to think about all of these questions. I want you to write them down, write your answers down, because this will be an important next step. Now, what I would like to focus on today is fear. We all know that feeling. Trust me, I do. Now, I would like to briefly talk about fear today. Fear is one of the worst things that you can allow in your life. It's a very crippling feeling, and it actually inhibits you from being your best self. I think we can all agree about that. Now, doubts and fear are experienced by many of us for different reasons, and it's a very powerful emotion. It can take over you by first taking over your mind and then your body. I want you to think about this. Those that are afraid of heights, can you imagine how you physically feel when you're faced with that obstacle? Now, it starts in the mind, and then it affects your body. It basically takes over you, and you feel like you're going to pass out. Your heart starts racing, you get the sweaty palm, and then you start to tremble, and then your legs feel like they're going to give out on you. If you notice All of this started with just a simple thought of, I'm going to fall and die. It started in the mind. The mind is a very, very, very powerful thing. I can never stress this enough. Everything happens and starts with the mind, right? So it's the same logic with fear. You start to have that thought. I'm afraid of heights. If I climb up and look down, I'm going to die. Then from there, the body takes over. The physical takes over. But it started from the mind. What if I tell you that we can actually change this narrative? For those that have this fear, I understand that you may feel that it's not possible to, but you can. And I'm going to tell you how. What if I tell you that you can actually reverse all of that just by changing the language to yourself? We don't love ourselves enough most times. The way we speak to ourselves is horrible. You can actually change your mindset by changing your language to yourself. You have to speak positivity into your life. And basically doing so, you start to see exactly who you are, who God created you to be, and you start to gain power by doing so. This all starts by changing your language to yourself, the mind. I will address the point about seeing yourself the way God created and sees you. I'll address that in a different video. I try to keep the videos short because I do understand attention span for a lot of us. It's not that great, so we have to keep it short. So I'll address that topic on another video. Now, I just want to quickly point out the way that we speak to ourselves. You are in control of your narrative. You're in control of the narrative of your life. You need to start believing in yourself because no one else but you matters. Your mind is what controls you. You have to do the work. No one else around you can do that work for you. It starts with yourself. I always tell people self-esteem starts with self, right? You can get bullied, people can make fun of you, but ultimately you have the power to change how you feel about yourself. That's why it's called self-esteem, self. So we have work to do with ourselves first in order to boost that confidence and in order to shed the fear. I'm one of the most confident people. Those that do know me personally, I'm one of the most confident people that you can ever meet. They can vouch for that. And honestly, I still have moments where I doubt my abilities. Now, is it normal? Yes, absolutely. Why? Because I'm human and so are you. So it's completely normal for you to doubt your abilities to some extent. Keyword, to some extent. No matter how confident you can come across, there are still moments where we doubt. Are we able to do this? Are we able to do that? You know, it's inevitable for you to have some type of doubt about yourself. That's normal. However, when the doubt and that fear turns into negative language to yourself, or it takes over you where you are unable to pursue your goals and your passion, that's where this comes in. And that's what I would like to address today. The first step in dealing with this, honestly, you would have to apply what I'm going to say next in order to deal with this fear that we have of pursuing our goals. Most times I see people that they are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They are talented, they are brilliant, but they don't know that. And I see someone else doing something that they're very good at, and I say to them, you would be so great doing this. You know, you have this talent, you have this ability, and their language to themselves or to me is always, I don't think I can do that. She's really good. And I say, yes, she's really good at doing it. So are you. You know, sometimes we just compare And as a result of comparing ourselves to someone else that has maybe been doing the same thing for years and years, we discourage ourselves. So it's important to identify, what are you good at? What are your abilities? What are you passionate about? If you're passionate about something, I would personally say pursue it. Go for it. There's a reason why you're passionate about that thing. Don't let anything hold you back. Now, I will be talking about this a whole lot in upcoming videos, but just to address one or two ways in which we can combat this fear. One way to practice is self-confidence. Affirmations. Very important. You build your self-esteem and your self-confidence by affirmations. Positive affirmations. Positively speaking to yourself. You have to watch the language that you use to yourself. You know, if you drop something on the floor by mistake, you should not tell yourself, oh, I'm so clumsy, I'm so stupid, I don't know why I did that. These are negative languages that we continuously use on ourselves unknowingly. But as we're saying it to ourselves, we start to believe it. So everything that we do, the languages come into play. Then it starts to affect our mind. So we have to be very careful and cautious about the language that we are using to ourselves. Now, speaking positively to yourself can take you a long way. Now, what I want you to do is, you can look in the mirror, you don't have to, but I feel as though if you were to look into the mirror when you're saying these things to yourself, it might resonate with you a little bit more. So, look into the mirror every morning and before bed, and I want you to repeat these and more positive words to yourself. For example, I would look into the mirror and I would say to myself, you are intelligent. Or you can say I, because you're talking to yourself. So, I am intelligent. I am capable. I am equipped to accomplish everything that God has created me for. I am unique, and I have a purpose. I'm going to repeat that to you one more time. I am intelligent. I am capable. I am equipped to accomplish everything that God created me for. I am unique, and I have a purpose. These are just some positive words that you can speak into your life. You can add more positive words as you go along. You can make it your own and tweak it accordingly. But these are just an example of some positive words and phrases that you can say to yourself. And as you say those things, I want you to close your eyes, believe it, envision yourself in that same thing that you're saying. As you continuously do this, you would build your confidence. I guarantee you, once you change the language you use towards yourself, you will start to see yourself in that way. Now, practicing this daily is extremely important, and I recommend it. Keep doing it until you get to the point where you believe it. Because once you start believing it, everything around you will start to change. Your mindset, the way you feel about yourself, the way you're approaching other people, that will start to change as a result. You will actually see yourself working towards your goals and functioning as the successful person that you are. Now, the next point I would like to address is outside influence. I just talked about self. That's the first thing we need to work on, self. Now, there's no denying that there are other people in the world other than yourself. And as much as we like to say, I don't care what he said, I don't care what she said, if you're human, sometimes what people say can bother you. It can hurt your feelings. It can, throw you off a little bit. That's completely normal because we are human. So I would like to address the outside influence. Now, oftentimes, we have people around us that disguise themselves as supporters. I know you can agree with me on this. I can't be the only one that know this and feel this way. We have people around us that disguise themselves as supporters. but they are the complete opposite. Now, it took me a while. Actually, I'm lying. It didn't take me a while, okay? I learned from my parents. I see exactly how, things played out with them. And as a result, I learned quickly how the world can be. So you have to be mindful of who you have around you. Some are just there to monitor your progress. And while you're considering them a friend and sharing everything with them, they're just monitoring your progress. Now, I personally, I'm very observant of the people around me. That's one thing. I always try to protect my energy. I watch their reactions in different situations, and I take notes of their actions, and I'm so blessed to have the ability to decipher between who wants the best for me and who doesn't. I decipher between intentions with people. So I'm able to move accordingly. Not in a negative way, but just moving accordingly. Because once you start to know who is who, you are able to move accordingly. Now, unfortunately, not everyone is equipped with the ability to do this, partly because they are too trusting, which causes them to not really be able to pay attention to red flags. And that right there can actually do more bad and do more harm than good. Now, this is the reason why some are easily discouraged and fear is easily instilled in them. For example, you have an amazing business idea, right? You reach out to your friends to let them know what your idea is. Now, one or two of them immediately starts pouring doubt, negativity, and fear into your mind. They can start to discourage you from pursuing that business venture. Now, keep in mind, there is a difference between constructive criticism and pure hate and discouragement. You have to be able to decipher. Now, for example, constructive criticism, when you bring up a business idea, can be something like this. Oh my goodness, I love that idea. I think it's going to be a phenomenal venture for you. Why don't we try adding, or I think you should also add XYZ, right? Because XYZ. Constructive criticism firstly praises what you're trying to do before they start to give you their opinion. Whereas negativity, hate, discouragement sounds like this. Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should do that. No one's going to buy that. Who needs that? Well, let me tell you something. This world that we're in, everybody needs something. There is always a niche for something. So don't let anyone tell you no one's going to need that. No one's going to use that. No one's going to buy that. That's not true. If you're passionate about it, go for it. There is always a niche for whatever it is that you're passionate about. Okay? Now, not only will they discourage you, they can actually end up pursuing that same business ventures for themselves after they discourage you from doing this. I know so many people that this has happened to. So don't be discouraged by anyone else. In conclusion, guys, what's the worst that could happen if you actually pursue your goals? Let me guess. You fall? You get back up. How hard can it be? No matter how hard it is, you'll know and you'll see that it was worth it. So if you're pursuing your goals and you decide to do that and you fall at the first step or second step or third step, you get up and run. You no longer walk. You run up those stairs. Because you will never really truly know until you try. And at least you know that you gave it your all. If that is your path, it will succeed. No one can stop that. But if you sit around discouraging yourself or allowing others to discourage you, you will never know what you are capable of. And you will always live with that regret. And that's one of the worst things to live with. It's actually better to try and fail than to live with the regrets of what if. That's the worst. There is no growth in safe. Success is always outside your comfort zone. So get uncomfortable, cry if you have to, but just do it. Remember, fear holds you, optimism propels you. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you all in my upcoming videos. Please feel free to comment. Let me know what you think. And subscribe, like, share. Let's get this message out. A lot of people need it, especially during this trying times. So please don't forget to subscribe and share and like the videos. Give me your comments. Send me an email at contact@viewsbybeck.com. Follow me on all platforms at viewsbybeck1. And remember, I love you and thank you all so much. See you on my next video.